Hello friends and family. Today I want to talk about what are my plans? What's the next thing we're going to do here in this community? I'm Jen, and today and every day I talk about my quest to crush aggressive diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, DLBCL, stage 4. And we're using the R-EPOCH immunotherapy, chemotherapy to crush non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's get into it. I didn't know what to talk about today. I didn't have any nice quotes or memes, and I've been a little heavy lately, so I decided we'll just roll with it. So one thing I thought to talk to you guys about was what are my plans for this channel and in general in my YouTuber makerspace. So I have some thoughts, and I wanted to share them. Give me your feedback. Number one, I think that these daily vlogs, I will continue to try to maintain them until I see the doctor on May 3rd. And then I was thinking, would you guys like to have a live on May 3rd after my doctor's appointment to hear what he had to say? Or you just want a regular video or maybe a premiere video that I can, chat with you on? Give me some feedback and I'll try and make that happen. It's a couple weeks away. We could do that. I think it's a Monday, if I can recall correctly, May 3rd. And then after that, I'm thinking instead of daily vlogs, we should move to weekly. Because there won't be a whole lot of change and it'll just be me starting to heal. So, maybe I can snap a picture daily, but just meet with you guys once a week or something like that. We'll work at those details out until we get the PET scan results or until we hear about when the PET scan is. If that's kind of off week, maybe we'll add an extra video just to let everybody know. So that is kind of what I'm thinking. What do you think about that? Because I don't know that everybody wants to hear about my daily life once all this is behind me, hopefully. There won't be anything particularly exciting. Unless you want to see some clean with me videos, because I think I have a lot of cleaning to do. But I'm almost embarrassed to show that on TV. Let me just say that. All right, so the next thing on this channel, and the reason this channel was incepted before cancer, was to make a caregiving resource and community, particularly for those who are partners and patients. So, spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, any kind of relationship like that. So I have lots of thoughts and plans and ideas about videos that would be appropriate for that. I think I am an expert in this area, and I have a lot of information to share. And I think I share with you guys already. The reason I think I'm an expert is because Bill or I have been gravely ill for the last 15 years. We are both still alive, and we are both still married to one another. So that makes me somewhat successful in my partnering and caregiving. That's my thought anyway. And I think I'm uniquely positioned because I've been the caregiver as well as the patient. So it allows you to have a different type of empathy and understanding, is my feeling. So these are my thoughts at the moment. So that's where I want to go with this channel. I have not yet put together a drafted plan of what those videos are going to look like, how they're going to get delivered, and so forth. And I recognize that many of you that come daily for these updates may not be interested in that, and that's okay. But once we get to that, if you could share with folks you think would be interested, that would be great. I'll even understand if you unsubscribe at that point. Although you might miss some updates, who knows what's going to happen in the future. And then finally, I'm thinking I want to create a new YouTube channel. I have the bug. To do YouTube Shorts, which is a new thing some folks may not know about. It's videos less than a minute. And I would do probably Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. And YouTube Shorts are recorded the other way. So 9:16 instead of... No. 16:9 instead of 9:16. So they would be vertical. So they would belong on Instagram and they would belong on YouTube Shorts. And my thought is less than 1 minute crochet tutorials. So it would basically be, at first it would be the different stitches. And then once we got through all the stitches, maybe combined stitches for, you know, like my favorite Suzette stitch, for example. So I would teach the single crochet, the double crochet, the slip stitch, the chain stitch, and then I could teach you a Suzette stitch because that's made up of all 4 of those, you know, something like that. But it would have to be 1 minute or less. I think 58 seconds or less. So they're pretty snappy, and I have to give some thought to how to compile them so that they aren't boring. Although I know there's some folks that watch this that find my crochet discussion quite boring. I'm speaking to you. You know who you are. So I have to consider how to put them together to make them educational, useful, resourceful, so that you can come back every time you want to learn about that stitch or keep watching it over and over again until you get a stitch, for example. So I'm just kind of working on that, how to structure all that. And, you know, and the cinematography, I might need some new resources as far as turning my camera to be able to watch my hands crochet and all those kinds of things. So a little bit of work to do there, but not a lot. And a lot of brain work to do for both of those, number 2 and number 3. So that's what I'm thinking about as far as my creative outlet here on YouTube and where I want to go with it. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, or ideas, feel free to share down below. As far as how I'm feeling, I think you might be able to tell I feel pretty good. I moved around a lot today. I did work. I wasn't as productive as I would like. I had some issues with my password. I was having issues last week before I went out on leave. I think I might have to reset it for the 3rd time in a week, which is aggravating me because I really like the password I had reset it to. But that's the way it goes. I'm going to have to come up with something new, I think, and try again, but we'll see. It told me that I had... it locked my password multiple times today and said I was entering the wrong one, but I wasn't. So I don't know if there's some automated thing that's sending the wrong password or what's going on there, but I think I'm going to have to reset it everywhere just to clear it out, which is a little aggravating, but once we get it set, I guess that'll be better. As far as I know, there were no angel deliveries today. As far as the doctor news goes, there's nothing concrete. I decided that I'm going to use the patient portal to contact the doctor's office tonight, maybe before I fall asleep, and just ask what the plan is. How do I, you know, the doctor mentioned 7 to 10 days. It's been 7 days. You know, what are the next steps to get it out? Do we just need to schedule with the nurse or, you know, blah, 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 or I need blood work before they'll do it, yada, yada, yada. And then if I don't hear from them by Thursday, then I would call them. So I thought this is kind of a low priority thing. There's no reason to get on their queue and all that other stuff. So maybe if the patient portal works, we'll see. I've never tested it with a contact. I also have the doctor's cell phone, but again, I don't really want to bother him for something like this unless I don't hear from anybody. So that's where we're going to start. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to call them on Thursday. If I don't get any responses those ways, then I'll move on to texting the doctor to get direction. Okay. Don't want to abuse those privileges, right? You need to use those when you need them. All right, so let's see. Doctor news. Let's move on to my to-do list. Today I worked. Today I had 2 robotics calls. Today I did great on my hydration. I feel like I'm talking very quickly. Sorry, guys. I think I'm already over 70 ounces and I have another 2 cups to drink, so I'll be over 80 before I go to sleep. I put together about a bag of garbage, maybe 3/4 of a bag of garbage and a whole bag of recycling from the pantry. And I crocheted a bit on my project and I did charity miles. And I did a lot of charity miles. I did like 3 miles of charity miles. That was excellent for me. I never get that much accumulated. I had multiple work meetings that I was able to step away from back and forth in front of my desk. So I was like pacing for the calls, and that was the pre-mill plus my steps. Excellent. It was a good day. I did a lot of movement. It made me very, very happy. That's why you could see happy, happy Jen moving. So that was my to-do list. So let's talk about charity miles for a minute. We have a team of 19. We've collectively moved 2,078 miles. Amazing. And here's our team name if you'd like to join us. Down below, there's a link to join Charity Miles team as well in the description. Sorry, itchy nose. All right. Let's move on to the to-do list. To-do must for tomorrow. Work, hydrate, pantry, and robocall. So I'm going to mention, somebody left me some tips down below in the comments from yesterday about how to attack my pantry. I kind of know how to attack my pantry. I did it a few years ago. The issue is my pantry is massive. Second issue is in the last 3 years since Bill's been sick, nobody maintained my pantry. So like I had a section where you put the pasta and a section where you put this and and all the people that came to help grocery shop and keep my family fed, which I'm incredibly grateful for, including my husband when he does virtual shopping, but he doesn't ever ask what's already in the pantry. So now we have, 5 jars of chopped chilies, which only he uses occasionally, and things like this. So then I kind of have an overload of some pantry items. In any case, that's neither here nor there. I think, in any case, I did get rid of a bag I mentioned already. So we did get rid of some stuff today. And it's just unclear to me how much work I need to do on the overall cleaning of the pantry versus clearing out around the freezer so that we can get the old one out and the new one in, and then coming up with the plan for the day of to unpack that freezer of all its materials and keep the stuff cold enough till the new freezer comes and gets cold enough to put stuff back into it. So that's kind of where I'm at. And now I'm kind of rethinking all the medical boxes that I broke down the other day, because they are all freezer boxes, like insulated boxes that medicine comes in. And I was like, I probably should have left those together because I could use them as coolers for the food that I'm pulling out of the freezer. So I got to go assess how many boxes I still have that I did not break down. Maybe I can make a plan there for the freezer. So that is my thought. My to-do would love to do is crochet. I did get a little crochet in today. I'm working, they call it a poncho dress. I think it's more of a cover-up, but I think you could wear it over a t-shirt and leggings kind of thing and dress it up a little bit. So, or a tank top and leggings, just to give you a little more coverage. I'm using one of the yarns that was gifted to me as an angel delivery. So we'll see how that comes out. See if I have enough yarn, if I finish it before. Hopefully I don't run out. We'll see. We're working on it. I'm about 2/3 done, I'll say. So we'll see. I don't know when it'll be done. I'm not like sitting down to spend a lot of time on it, but I do a row here and a row there, and that's the story. So if you're just here for story time, thank you so much for joining, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Love you. Remember, every day is a gift. Especially if you're moving. Live it. And keep moving. See you tomorrow.